In a couple of games, there were teams, of course, that we looked into that really needed to push in there. Now, one, Odamachaku, that of course played with Aivu, and then we did see Kochi Urban play at Jumani Town Council, a game that ended 0-0. Kochi Urban played at Jumani at first, the 0-0, but now the Sport Kicks had to make things go, where Kochi beat team. Of course, Kochi won it 4-2 in that is the penalty shootouts, a very tight game. And then there was also a game between Total FC, a game that ended, of course, 3-0. Total winning that game in the Uganda Cup. That means they had they advanced to the next level. And then I did tell you that the team of youngsters, yes, won their game. So all those are some of the big games that went on Uganda yesterday. Now, in a very tight way, I can tell you that interestingly, all actions that went on, so whatever happened in there. Now, when we look at some of the statements coming in from the FUFA Big League, because yesterday we did also see Uganda Cup. We saw also Uganda Premier League coming in there. I can tell you that things did not go right expectedly. I will be giving you that. Kuluva Rainbow did beat, of course, Nebi Hot Springs yesterday by 2-1, and indeed the prediction that I made could have gone through. And then Parombo United went on to play 1-1 all draw with that is Paida United, in a game that, of course, Parombo United won in, of course, Paida United won also theirs in penalty shootouts. And then it was a very big one. So the last round will be played, of course, on Wednesday 18th, where Pakwachi Youngsters will face the team of Paida United yet again at Barrow match. And Kuluva is also straight to, that is the round of 64. So we'll be expecting a lot of things that will be coming in there. So we will want to see how this works out, how exactly we shall really push. But all in all, I can tell you that it was one of the exciting games to talk about right there. Now, when we look at how things are happening, Uganda 3 days to come. In fact, 2 days to come. Yes, 3. We'll be seeing the FUFA Big League coming straight with, of course, Buhimba taking on Blacks Power. And then you'll be seeing Mida Football Club of Maida taking on Boma. And then you have Ntunga Saze that will be welcoming City Rohill Sports Club. Then you have Onduparaka that will be taking on Karo Karunji, whereas you will be waiting for that game to be this Sunday. And then, of course, at the same time, 20th, which, of course, another day, Gaddafi taking on Busoga. It's going to be also a tight game that will be coming right there. So those are the games for the week. I'm talking about the Uganda, of course, the FUFA Big League in Uganda. So expect a lot of contests that will be coming. But let's turn away from there and look at the games that were played yesterday. Yesterday, I did tell you NEC will not do any mistake to lose a game against Bright Stars. And that game exactly happened yesterday, just like expected, 1-0. It was the historic one, the legendary Paul Muchurezi, who got into the score sheet for that is Team NEC Football Club to make sure things go on well. And UPDF against Mbale Heroes was I did say it was a tactical one, though UPDF was always going to have an upper hand because of being home. They had that tight contest. And now that game, remember, they even scored first through that is Sekamate. But later on, of course, the man by the names of Adima, who came through to equalize and made sure that things were not as expected. So that game had to end in a draw, which was a 1-1 all draw in there, which means a lot for that is the team of course, for the team of that is UPDF and Mbale Heroes, because Mbale Heroes has not been that good side. I saw a clip where, of course, already people are saying they don't need the coach in that team, and indeed it was very challenging to see how this would be. So what went wrong, what probably could be going wrong is one thing that someone would be asking. But all in all, I think Asaf Mwebas is still trying to get the best out of the team on how he can really put things work out in there. So it is so challenging that if the fans already saying that they don't need him, because I saw some online channel writing, of course, saying that the fans are not really in need of the coach. But it's not the work of the to, of course, probably talk about not wanting a coach. If the management wants, if of course the owners love it, then trust me, it is there. Sometimes it's a process. That's why you see people are given chances. They develop, they get to where they want to be, how to make the team. Remember, Asaf got this team in the middle again after he left the team, after the team had got promoted. And when he left the team in the big league, he had left the team on a good note, that you could see even the team progress to the next level. So claiming he needed his monies and the rest of the things, which of course was one key thing that you could be looking at. But later on, of course, a big challenge that came through from that is the man Asaf Mwebaze. Now he had to retire again into, that is, the books of Mbale Heroes, and indeed he promised to perform, and indeed he is trying. Now at the same time, you did see also the team of Mbale Heroes wanting a coach, a tactician who really needed to, who really knows what he is going to do, who really knows that this is where we're supposed to adjust, this is where we're supposed to go. So all in all, he had to push this workout. But this makes a big history that NEC Football now so gotten themselves to go further again. India to start, they have gone back to the top there. Oh, keep alternating. Today NEC, tomorrow Vipers, tomorrow KCCA, and that's how they are now. NEC Football Club, as I talk right now, have moved it top of the summit, of course, in the Uganda Premier League after coming the side of course, Soltulo Bright Stars. And in this game, of course, it was played in the evening, 7. It was played under the floodlights, and very, very interestingly, it was the man himself, Paul Muchurezi, who, of course, got the right hand and, of course, got the fine form and scored in there. Remember, he has always been for NEC, scoring crucial goals, and he's still doing that the same. At Vipers, the same. When he came to Chitara, he was still doing the same thing, scoring crucial goals, getting to what exactly needed to, of course, push in there. So a lot of things that have happened into this, with this player. But he has always been loyal, wants always to prove himself, wants to perform to the expectation. He will always want to put it right there. And indeed, he has done that several times. So I think if you look at what exactly this player has done, it's very, very interesting. But Bright Stars, on the other hand, were really, really being ruined. They got a lot of chances on the day, but couldn't convert the chances to whatever they needed to push. So it was so big and so challenging to them that they couldn't really get the correct scores. They couldn't get the exact from their man. Their captain, of course, Nelson Senkatuka, tried his level best, couple of chances. He struck off very many of them in the halftime, but things were still not working out. So the game was a closely contested game, but at the same time, of course, because of pedigree, because of the experience that the team had to work on, and got themselves through. Yeah, they got themselves through and really had to achieve whatsoever that they needed to achieve. At NEC got themselves that win. That's 3 points, and of course went to, that is the top of the table. So it's a very, very big one. But names like Muzamir Mutiaba nearly came on board to play, and almost gave by the NEC the lead, but still he couldn't. In the 11th minute, a lot of things that came through, they wanted to perform, they wanted to change here and there. It wasn't really the best for the team. So all in all, they couldn't really make it there. But Senkatuka was tasked to, of course, the penalty for the visitors, but he also slipped before that is taking the penalty, and the effort was saved by that is goalkeeper Haddington Sebwalunya. And yeah, those are the chances you could see that came through, but still they're now looking into, can we push this rightly? Can we advance? Yeah, so I think that's where the challenge came from, and that's where, of course, things have not been going rightly for this team. So we're waiting to see how this works out. But of course, NEC, this win means that it takes them to the top, and there will be 26 points, 2 above the second placed Viper Sports Club, who are, of course, to play Bull on Saturday. We're here to see if they can get it right. of course, a lot of things that will come in right there. So, yeah, let's wait and see what comes in there. Some, of course, Soltilo Bright Stars FC also, on the other hand, remain bottom on that is the table on only 6 points. Yeah, 6 points only. If I look at the table standing here, which is also another challenge for them. So I think it's so challenging, and a lot of things that will be coming right through India. So we're looking into how the teams will be performing, how teams have to put themselves through. So big. At the same time, today there are going to be games that are to come. One of them is the game between Lugazi and Mbarara City. A tight game, of course. The hosts are aiming to extend their unbeaten run to 8 matches. Of course, a game that has a lot of things. This game is going to be at Najembe Stadium, and then Maroons will be taking on Chitara Football Club. But hosts Lugazi have gotten themselves a very tight contest because they have been a side that has also been struggling because they want to extend their unbeaten streak to that is 8 Premier League matches if, of course, they avoid the defeat against today's counterparts. I'm talking about Mbarara City. Of course, Charles Livingstone Barbers will also be looking forward to see that as they travel, they need to get something to help them get well. So the two sides will be facing off, by the way, at Najembe on that is Thursday, which is a tough game today, but we're expecting to see how and where, of course, these teams can get the best out of their way. So Charles Livingstone Barbers, can he get the best out of course, the team he has set up? What about the team that is yet to get in there? So there's a lot of things that you need really to know about the coaches, a lot of things that you need to know about the team that is going to be playing, who are the key players, who are those players who could be adding some of the few things onto, that is the counterparts, and to the counterattacks. That is one thing. But I believe Charles Livingstone Babazi has a lot of statement to prove, has a lot of energy to put in the players, because if not, then there is going to be a big challenge because he has not been doing good with his team right there. So what can he do to make sure that this changes in here? That is the question that everybody is going to be asking. But of course, the game is going to be a tight one, and of course, a very big game. Now, Chitara, also the team that will be facing Maroons, both sides are, I should say, they are struggling. Yeah, they are struggling both sides, because if you look at Chitara, they make a trip to Luzira this time round. They are going to Maroons, and Maroons has always been a good side at home. They have gotten, if you look at how they have shifted here and there, they have gotten a couple of chances to prove to you that is whosoever comes in there. The last game they played, I saw them play a draw at the same ground. So now Chitara make a long trip, by the way, to face, that is the Luzira best side, Maroons India. Now the visitors come into the game on back over 3 matches that I've seen, of course, them score over 10 goals, I can tell you. Conceded none. So that means a very big side from Waswa Bosa's men, who are now 13th on the log with 11 points, and of course understand that the victory over the Prison Wardens could be will take them, of course, more points above, that is the relegation zone. So they are fighting so much, because remember, it's a 16 table, 16 team table that is there. So in Maroon, they also face a side that has found decent form. Yes, found a decent form, and they have really done well. They are also unbeaten in the last 4 matches that they have played. So that means they have still been on form. And in that period, of course, the Wardeners have also not really been a very good, have not been a very bad side at home. So their last game was, they have won at, that is home, against URA, and away to Soltilo Bright Stars. Then also Mbarara City right there. Currently 7th on the log, by the way, on the table. And a win in this game will take them to 19 points, I should say. As same as, of course, the 3rd and 4th place Express and KCCA. So last season, their last season's corresponding fixtures ended in a goalless draw at, that is, Luzira. But Maroons had edged the first round clash 1-0 in Masindi. So this time around, they will have to go ahead and make sure and see whether these things will still be going. So tomorrow, we shall also be having games. Sports Club Villa will be taking on Police at, that is Wankulukuku, 4 p.m., whereas Express will be welcoming URA at Nachivubo. And then on Saturday, you have Vipers taking on Bull Football Club at Chitende at 7 p.m. And Sunday, Wachiso Giants will be taking on KCCA Football Club at Wakisha Playground. So those are some of the games that will be coming for you, and we will be, of course, talking about right in the games to come. But at the same time, 2024 Africa Cup of Nations, Africa Netball Cup is still continuing with the She Cranes, or the Uganda She Cranes, that of course defeats the host Namibia. We talked about this length yesterday, but this time around the She Cranes couldn't give any chance. It ended 55-43 after their loss to Zambia during, that is, the Africa of course Netball Cup game. Yeah, this game was at Dome in of course Swakopmund, where of course they had the game, and interestingly you did see a very clean game against Namibia. Now as I talk, Uganda She Cranes shiftily recover from, that is, the shocking 49-50 of course loss that they got to Zimbabwe with the well fought effort that they got themselves yesterday in there. So the She Cranes now giantly won this game, and every She Crane member entered, of course, the MTC Dome with a lot of energy and of course a soul motivation, thinking this is the time that they need to do. So Uganda commenced the game with, of course, a mission possible, winning and opening, of course, the quarter with a 4 goals margin, which was a 15-11 in the total right there. Where does this take Uganda? Of course, this is a very big one for them because the top 2 countries from Pool 2 will, of course, qualify for the semi-finals. So Uganda needs to do more in the remaining games so that they can also be into the next level. But a very good performance from Mary Nuba, the GS, and of course ARO Irene, the GA, and Margaret Bagala, who was also interesting. Joyce Nachibule was also outstanding in the game. Gloria Aya was also outstanding, and Farida Kakondi, not forgetting Hanisha Mohammed, all started that game for Uganda yesterday. And the She Cranes really performed and really executed the duties that they were assigned for. So we're expecting to see how, of course, this shall end. But yeah, things are moving so far so well for, that is, the team on how they want to advance to which level. Now, there's a complaint already coming in from, what is his name here? Joshua Cheptegei. Yeah, Joshua is already on the government's neck, saying that the promises that were made by the government up to now are not yet fulfilled. Yeah, so he's making an alarm in, of course, one of the things. As I said, the delayment is too much, Joshua Cheptegei said. After that, that was widely when he regarded as Uganda's greatest, by the way, athlete, who has always been the all-time. He expressed his disappointment, saying this is not right. Yeah, it is not right, and it needs to be worked on that. So he was speaking at, that is, the commissioning of high altitude training center in that is Tayet on Wednesday, which was yesterday, and the event officiated by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who was also in attendance, was also meant to recognize that athletics from, that is, Sebei sub-region, which is regarded as the home of golden talent. So, in the reply, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni said, "I want to let you know that the directive you issued in 2018 has not been honored." That was stated by Cheptegei. He was telling, in fact, Muzei, that is His Excellency. Then you said all athletes should be paid their arrears, but this has not happened. I know some people have been telling Mama Janet, the minister, that we received the monies, but it's a lie. So he was also saying that in that moment. So, of course, according to, that is, Cheptegei, he said that he is owed over 400 million in unpaid arrears and is ready to provide bank statement to sustain his claim. So that was a very big blow. But Peter Ogwal, the State Minister Sports, acknowledged that some arrears remain unpaid, but urged that this only date back to before that is the minister Janet Museveni assumed office. So we yet to see whether that will be, but I think it's a bad